tastes good, right? When it hits that bottom lip and you feel it just like sizzling inside. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to day 25. 5 more days till we reveal the truth of this experiment. But I will say, I do feel like my biceps have grown. They're looking pretty nice, but we'll see. So we're currently on the way to the gym to do another arm day, just like every day, because I did commit to this challenge, but you know how I feel about training on my rest days. But no excuses, we're here every single day for the next 30 days, and we only have 5 more days. So my goal is to get in there and get out, because I really want to take a day off if I can, because my legs are completely torn up, and this is just day 1 post-leg workout, and I know tomorrow is going to be even worse. But make sure you guys stick around, because my goal today is to show you 3 of my favorite ab exercises to make your abs pop. Yes, I said it. Make your abs pop. Let's go get it.
Hey guys, I'm gonna give you a fit check today. So these are my shoes, Air Forces. Fire. Is that what they're called?
Fire.
Close up. They're white as fuck. Men's pants. And then my shirt is from the Olympia, Drip, that he's jealous of. Because I went there, you know, large.
I can fit.
You can borrow it if you want. And then I have like 8 rings on. I just got 6 today. And then I have glasses on, because why not? That's fashion. And I curled my hair. My name's Sophia, and I'm dripped out today. And I'm at the front desk all dripped out for what? I don't know. I don't know why. When I feel good, I look good. That's my fit check. Thanks for tuning in. What day is it?
Day 25.
Day 25, baby.
Let's go.
Let's go. Sport mode. Let's go, baby.
All right, so moving on. I hope you guys enjoyed Sophia's drip check. I really want her shirt. I was thinking about taking it, but size large, I don't know. I think we're getting into that extra large, so maybe it's a little too small for me. So I just finished my first set of tricep extensions, and something I really wanted to talk about and emphasize is just slowing it down and controlling. And I know I've said that in my previous videos, but I really can't emphasize it enough, especially if it's a muscle group that you struggle to grow. Especially for me, I'm really trying to grow my triceps, and I'm falling into the trap of just trying to go heavier, and then we just get carried away of just trying to move the weight because we can, but then we really can't control it and feel it. And again, if you really want to grow that muscle, you have to be able to feel it. Like I said in one of my previous videos, muscles don't know weight, they feel tension. So you want to try and create as much tension as possible, and if that means lowering the weight, you want to make sure you're doing that. So I know it's probably a little too late to mention now in the challenge in day 25, but it's always a good reminder and something to learn, especially if you feel like you may be feeling something different when you should be feeling your triceps, or you could potentially be doing it wrong. And not necessarily wrong, but just more efficient, especially when we're trying to isolate the triceps. So something you don't want to do is this, right? You notice that gravity is pulling you forward. So what you want to do is make sure that you're rounding your shoulders back and pressing them down, keeping your elbows tucked and tight to your body, and just letting from the elbow down and back up. And you want to try and keep it like this compared to doing this where you're rounding forward, or you're just constantly using momentum to swing the weight, okay? So moving on to our last set, a goal of mine is to get this to C150. I'm pretty sure I could do it, but obviously I want it to be 8 to 12. So for today, we're gonna go 145, and hopefully by the end of day 30, we're hitting those 150s. Let's do it. That has to be one of the craziest bicep supersets I've ever done in my entire life. Now I know if I want a crazy pump, this is what I'm doing. So, arm workout complete, and now moving on to our 3 ab exercises that I want to show you today, starting with the first one, very traditional, I'm sure you know it. It's the rope cable crunch. Now, as you guys know and seen me in my previous videos, I like to do the cable machine, but most people don't have that, and if I don't have access to that, then this would be my go-to. So, 3 things I want to talk about that you want to stay away from when doing this exercise. Number 1, avoid arching so much. If you're arching, you can't really contract, so you actually want to round. Number 2, try to keep the hip as stable as possible and not sitting back on your hip. And then number 3, instead of just driving your elbows down, think about driving your elbows back and forearms down so you can try and get that full range of motion and get a good squeeze at the bottom. Check it out. So I personally like to have my hands or my fists slightly above my ears. I like to take this one pretty far, usually anywhere between 12 to 15, maybe even 15 to 20 reps. But that's pretty much it for the cable crunch. So next up on the list is the decline sit-up. Now this one is pretty tough just with your own body weight, but what I want to do is show you how you can do this exercise with your body weight, even if you struggle to do them. And if you're pretty intermediate or advanced with this exercise, meaning that you can probably do this for 10, 15 to even 20 reps with your body weight, show you how you can add weight and make it even more challenging. You don't need much for this exercise, and I'll show you that right now. Okay, so I like to add these in the mix because you're more stretched at the bottom, which makes it more challenging. So if you struggle to do this exercise, simple thing you can do is either 1, help yourself up, okay, and while you may feel like that's a little bit of cheating, what we're trying to do is get up here and focus on controlling that negative, and as you do these over time, you're gonna develop more strength to then be able to do a full sit-up, okay? Or you can just come to the bottom and use your hands as momentum to swing yourself up, but then again, controlling that negative, and this is gonna be the most important part, because you can tell as I'm here, even I'm shaking right here, right? So this is gonna develop more strength, so then you can do the sit-ups. Now, if you wanna make them more challenging, there's a huge difference of having weight here in front of you, okay? And then you're gonna add more weight until eventually you have an arm pump because you're grabbing a 45, or you simply put this behind you and use no momentum by simply placing it behind your head. And now it makes the exercise even harder compared to having the 5 pounds in front of you. And I don't suggest going any more than 10 pounds if you're gonna put it behind you. It's a pretty challenging exercise already, and like I said, you can take that anywhere between 10 to 12, 15, or maybe even up to 20 reps. What I like to do on my last set is I'll take that as far as I can, simply put it down, and just go into body weight, and those are killer. So moving on to our last and final exercise, we're gonna work on the lower abs now. Yes, everybody loves to work on the lower abs. So 2 things I want you to learn here. When training the upper abs, you're more than likely going to be bringing that upper body towards the lower body, and when training the lower abs, you're bringing that lower body towards the upper body. Now I'm gonna show you a pretty easy scaled down version to work the lower abs, because most times when people are doing hanging leg raises, which is gonna focus on those lower abs, or on the dip machine bar, when you're doing knee raises or leg raises, most of the time, most people are just swinging their legs up and just working on their hip flexors more than their actual abs. So one thing and one cue I want to tell you and remind you is to tuck that pelvis in first before bringing those knees or legs up. And I'm gonna show you that by doing a reverse crunch. So a very simple and easy exercise, but if you do it nice and slow, eventually you will feel that burn. So here, back nice and flat, tuck that pelvis in, bring those knees towards you, squeeze here, control that negative as always, pause, do it again. If you wanna make this more challenging, then you can even do it with straight leg. Just make sure that your back stays nice and flat. So there's always ways and variations to make these exercises harder. Okay, and I'll even show you a way that I like to do it on that same decline machine. I simply turn around. I'll show you a clip or two here now, but what you wanna do is if you really wanna make those abs pop, then you wanna try and push them, especially if you can add some weight to an exercise, just like you would with a bicep curl, right? Our biceps can probably grow if we're beginners just by doing this with no weight, but if you really want them to grow and continue to grow, then we wanna add some weight so then we can really make those abs pop. But let me show you a clip or two of those decline reverse crunches, and then let's go home and talk about what really matters here. 5. 5 more days. I mean, we're never talking again. I'm just kidding. I love you guys. Ugh, my legs. All right, so let's talk about what really matters here. You can't crunch your way to a six-pack. These 3 exercises are my favorite ab exercises that I rotate 2 to 3 times a week. If you're not doing abs, these would be the ones that I would recommend you do, but you will not see your abs if you are not focusing on what really matters. Creating some sort of a calorie deficit, whether it's through diet alone or through diet and training. And that way you can lose body fat and you can see your abs through all the hard work that you've been putting in. Take it from someone that is bulking, eating more calories, gaining body fat over time, and slowly my abs are going to start to fade away because I am gaining body fat, even though I'm training my abs every day. So that should show you that even though you train your abs every day, if you keep eating more, they're going to go bye-bye. But the reason why you can see mine compared to someone that may be in the same body fat and you don't see theirs as much is because I've been training my abs for years, especially doing lots of compound and weighted lifts. And that's why I recommend doing weighted exercises if you want to try and see them even at a higher body fat. So as you guys know, this isn't news to you. You have to focus on your diet and creating some sort of a calorie deficit so we can focus on losing body fat overall. So I hope this video was helpful. As always, like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll catch you guys for day 26 tomorrow. We're almost there, baby. I appreciate you guys for watching. Peace.